So I heard this news story on the TV, and I could see right in between the lines because it was so informative and there was so much information. But it made me feel so bad for everybody involved. Now in this video I'm going to go over it, and if you go to YouTube I'm sure you can find it. And it's a terrible, terrible thing that happened. And disclaimer, don't be stupid, don't do stupid stuff. Help your fellow man, follow Jesus in a straight line. And if you're not getting the help like I'm not, and if people continuously hurt you like I am, and people are crippling you, taking your body parts and things like that, that is no reason to become evil. You need your soul more than ever if you're like me and you're 31 and dying or sick or you can't walk or whatever's going on and the doctors just keep on playing games and society has let you down and you're in pain and you know you're going to die. There's no excuse to become evil. That just means you're going to have to die and suffer an early death. And you get to go to heaven and you need to help wake people up to what they're doing. But here's the news story. We're going to go over just this news story and what I saw in between the lines. So this news story was on NBC and it was about a school shooting. Now these are the details that they were able to give. And they showed a video as well. So the 16-year-old, between 18-year-old, he definitely looked like he was between the ages of 16 and 18, went into his classroom in his school. Previously, for weeks, he was made fun of because he just had a mustache. That's all, he had, a mustache. The kid just had a mustache, and he was called a pedophile or a Skinner stash, or they were using words to make fun of him about the mustache making him a sex offender. Because they clearly went with the information, and it is stated. The whole story is there. You can look it up. So the kid grabbed a gun and brought it to school, but nobody was hurt. The teacher broke it up. The teacher ended up being able to calm down the kid. It's one of those school shootings that could have gone really wrong. Lots of people could have died, but one of the teachers stepped in and was able to kind of stop it after it already started. The kid was already armed. He already was ready to shoot everybody. Everybody was already running out of the school. But one of the teachers stayed in the school and put his own life on the line like I did, and that ended up fixing the situation. But none of that needed to happen in the first place. So this is the problem. In society today, you're not allowed to wear a mustache. Anybody wearing a mustache is called a Skinner stash. It means you're a sex offender. I'm not sure where this came from, but I like mustaches. I've had them 2, 3 times. I've had full mustaches, and I have been pulled aside and told this before by multiple different parties in multiple different states. Apparently this is a countrywide theme. If you have a mustache, you must be gay or a sex offender or a firefighter. I'm not sure where this is. Totally wrong, by the way. Anybody who has this belief system is a complete moron. If you think everybody is some type of way because of a physical feature, then you're a complete moron, and just take yourself out of the gene pool. Go into your bathroom and chop off your nuts right now. If you think that everybody is some type of way because of one physical feature, then go into the bathroom right now and remove your nutsack, okay? Just remove it. Or if you're a woman, just kill yourself. Just because we can't take any more of this racist bullshit. All this discrimination needs to stop. After hundreds of years of slavery, Africans getting killed, Jewish people getting killed, disabled people getting killed. If you think somebody is some type of way because of a physical feature, because they got a big nose, or they have dark skin, or they got light skin, please stop. Please stop, because you are so wrong, it's hurting people. Anyways, so this kid was made fun of in school because he had a mustache. The teachers and the kids around him did nothing but gang up on him. But here's the bigger problem. This kid went home, 16 years old. Now, he probably told, no, I'm not, stop that shit, no, I'm not. But then he went home and thought to himself, Am I? I do have a mustache. Everybody says I am because I have a mustache, but do I like young girls? Now, this kid's 16, and now he's thinking, okay, I like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. Of course he does. He's 16 years old. He's supposed to. You're supposed to like girls that are 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. That's your range if you're 16. It's normal. Every 16-year-old on earth that's a male should have some form of sexual attraction unless there's something medically wrong with them. There's always an exception to every rule. But that's absolutely normal. If you ask most 16-year-olds in private who trust you, if they like a 14-year-old at 16 and they were honest with you, you would get a yes. It's very normal for a 16-year-old to like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. It's even normal for some 16-year-olds to like the teacher. This is very, very normal. So when this kid came home after being made fun of for having a mustache, and then he realized that he liked whatever age he was thinking of, of course his mind went nuts. Because society has put him in a situation and he doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand that he's not the one in the wrong. The teacher's in the wrong for not noticing and speaking up. The kids are in the wrong for believing and being discriminatory. Because they are. They're discriminating against him because he has a mustache. He probably can't grow a beard, but he can grow a mustache. So he decided he wanted to try the mustache look. Because I did, when I was a teenager, I did the same thing and I went through the same thing. But luckily, I already had my mother affecting my mental health and I already knew that there were many other people in the wrong for what they were doing to me. I just didn't know what. So when somebody told me I'm a Skinner for having a mustache, I just told them to shut the hell up. I already knew that people were crazy around me and people did shitty things. There were times I blamed myself for things I shouldn't, where other people would do something, like my mother would go drink a bottle in the basement, and then I would have to get punished and blame myself crying in my room. But I learned not to do that. But this kid on the news, he hasn't been through that yet. So when all his classmates gang up and call him a sex offender for having a mustache, and then he goes home and thinks about it, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I like young girls." Well, you're young. You're a young boy. That's normal for a young boy to like young girls. But nobody had that talk with him. He was coming out with it. It was wide in the open, all in class. The teachers knew about it because they spoke about it on the back end. They had it on cameras. We saw the kid with the gun on cameras. So they saw this going on cameras. There was reports about this beforehand. But see, there are societal we have systematic abuses going on, and then people take it into their own hands. So the next time you see something in Walmart or in the schools, it's probably something like that that's going on. But there's another problem too. We're drugging a lot of these kids. We're taking a lot of these 10-year-olds and pumping them through a crazy brain meds. And then they go through something like that. And they have no clue how to process it. No clue. I mean, you're giving these people heavy drugs. And then they go through something confusing like that. And they don't want to be labeled a sex offender for the rest of their life. So they go in with a gun and decide they're going to blow their own brains out. That's stupid. That's the most stupid actions. And I'm not even, that kid is stupid for one, for bringing in the gun. But what's even more moronic are the people who drove him to do it. This was a normal kid going to class who just wanted to wear a mustache. And then he got fucked up in the head by society. Society came in and said, "No, you don't. You're not allowed to be normal. Let's fuck with your head a little bit." Now this kid couldn't take it. Luckily, I have a monk status of strength number 10. I have endurance of the brain number 10 after all the shit I've been through. But this kid didn't. So he did something stupid. Most people can't take the level of abuse I have and still hold strong. And that's what I see around me. I see these people who go through druggings or go through, people fucking with their head and they can't take it, so they do something stupid. And I almost want to cry for them. I'm gonna die. That's the way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna suffer. My organs are already failing me. I've already lost the ability to walk. I've lost phones falling out of my hand, coffee mugs for 25 years. I had to suffer from age 7 to today. But I've never taken it out on another soul, and nor am I ever going to take it out on another soul. What I'm going to do is try to make sure that it never happens to anybody else to the full of my ability. Now, I can't walk or move my arms really well anymore. So I'm not sure how much I really can do anymore, but I know from watching the people around me lives get better that boy did I help. I've seen a hooker get off the street and get reunited with their family just because of me. I've seen elderly people get nice homes and stay in those homes because of me. I've seen disabled men avoid shelters because of me. I've seen people's lives get saved because of me who has their head caved in. I've seen all different types of things. And those things I saw get better because of an action I took. I took action in somebody else's life. I got to see get better. But they were asking me for help. It wasn't like I forced help on them. It wasn't like I got a good feeling from helping them. No, I had to leave what I was doing, walk miles for some of them. Sometimes I had to be scared shitless about to piss myself. Sometimes I had to hurt myself. But I got better. They got better. It was never anything too bad. God kept me safe because I was doing His work.